Hey, don't do that.
All right, folks. Today is the moment of truth. Did everybody come prepared with the industry that they want to do their assignment on? It's okay if you did. It's okay if you did not. But like you know, we are going to start creating our presentation of industry expertise today. So the goal of this is going to be to become an expert in the industry that you choose, and then teach the class, actually sell the class, teach them about the industry and sell them on the industry in case they might not know what they want to do, and they might want to look at that industry as a potential career path option for them. So it's a very important responsibility that you have coming up. We're going to share, you're going to teach the class what you know, what you find out about your industry as we move along through this process. So that'll be at the conclusion of the assignment. And the goal today is to pick your industry and get started on it. I got the directions here. I'll pass those out here in a minute. But just real quick, let's review the first two introduction activities we did to this project. Day one, we did that matching the jobs with the industries, with the companies. And then I had you rank those. Does everybody remember that activity? And was there any questions on that activity or why we did that? Okay, good, just checking. And then yesterday, we read that article, the research article, about how important it is to start thinking about your career and technical education as you start to advance through high school and transition from your high school career to your real world career. That's something I'm very passionate about helping my students with. So that's a main reason why we're going to start this project and tackle this project. So let me pass out the assignment directions, and then we'll go over these as a class together. Go ahead and take a look at this front and back. You're going to see there are 8 question sections. There's 8 question sections that all are a little bit different. They're all a little bit different from each other. And the goal is going to be for each day, you're going to cross out and you're going to finish one of these question sections. But let's go ahead and take a look at the top of the sheet where it says purpose. So these are the outcomes that I'm trying to help everybody here get to and when they finalize a project. So the purpose of this assignment, introduce a variety of industries in which students may pursue as a career. So hopefully there's a really nice variety in here where some students are interested in a certain industry that other students might not know anything about. So I want to have a nice variety that we can learn about. To highlight complexities and characteristics of individual industries. Each individual industry has its own characteristics and its own type of niche of where it fits in the marketplace. And so that's what these presentations are going to help pull out. Analyze personal strengths and weaknesses as it pertains to individual career path. So I want to know how your unique and natural talents are going to fit with the industry that you've chosen. And of course, this is a presentation assignment, which is very important in business. Create or develop communication skills with this creation of this presentation. I'm going to look for good presentation techniques. For instance, I don't want you to read off the slide, just word for word. That's not the best way to conduct a presentation. So here's the assignment directions, the long directions here. You're responsible for researching an industry that is of your particular interest. That's what's I feel like is nice about this project is you get to choose what you're going to be studying for the next several days. So make sure you pick something that you're interested in that you want to teach the class about. Reputable internet sources, recent news articles, from reputable news outlets. And as you get down the directions, you're going to actually utilize real job postings on the internet that help you fulfill the information that should be in the presentation. So your final product is going to be a slideshow with enough detail about the industry to teach your classmates and have an effective analysis of what that industry is all about. So the simple directions are right underneath that. All you have to really do, just simply put, is become an expert in your chosen industry. The way you do that is by following along with the questions. And secondly, sell your industry to your class. Just like the Army recruits people to join the Army, you're gonna try and recruit people to join your industry. So if it's the healthcare industry, you're gonna say, we need more people in the healthcare industry, and these are the characteristics, these are the reasons why that it might interest you, might be of interest to you. So you can see now that we have our sections of questions. We got 8 sections of questions. And I would recommend, the way that I envision this, is that each hyphen underneath the subsection, each hyphen here, is going to be its own individual slide. So this question, why does it exist? Which also could be translated, what wants and needs are met by this industry? What are the needs that are met by the aviation industry? So you're going to be able to use some prior knowledge, but also research that knowledge and find out all the different things. You might think that the aviation industry, the only needs that it meets is transporting people from point A to point B. But let me tell you, there's a lot more behind flying these days with 2-day shipping. So just make sure that you cover all those reasons why it exists. And that would be one individual slide. Okay? So the goal is to get through this whole first section today. And then tomorrow will be the second section, and so on and so forth. As we look to the back, your presentation should include an entertaining introduction, something to grab our attention, right? Something that gets us to pay attention to what you're about to say. An image or a chart or table, those are recommended because we have visual learners in the class. And then, of course, a conclusion slide with all the lessons you learn from today till you finish your project. And then the grading rubric here, 70% is going to be based on how well you answer the questions, and then 30% will be your presentation performance. Okay, so those are 2 separate components. Are there any questions about this project? I know I'm going to help everybody pinpoint what industry they're going to be doing their research project on. There's some jobs that you might be interested in, and we just have to figure out what industry we're going to study. So I'll be going around helping people with that. But as far as the directions go, anybody have any questions that they can think of? All right, like I said, the goal is for you to become an expert on this industry by following the questions here, and then be able to share that with the class in a way that they understand all the various options. It won't be a comprehensive list of options. There's a lot of industry options. We're not going to be able to cover every single one, but we'd like to cover a nice handful in depth. If you don't have a certain idea in mind yet about what industry you're going to choose, here's the website where I think you can find, you'll be able to pick one out. This is called the Bureau of Labor Statistics. If you Google industries at a glance right here, if you Google this, it'll take you to this website. And here in alphabetical order, we have various industries. So here's agriculture industry. That's under the A section here. People that wanted to choose the agriculture industry. Where I grew up, we would have had several people choose the agriculture industry as they were farmers, and they are farmers today. Then we have everything. Here's construction. If you're interested in something like electrician, then your industry would be tradesman. All right, does that make sense? The welding industry is its own industry. But does anybody have any questions on how to utilize this website to help get ideas? There are, let's say you did want to use one of these activities, social assistance industry, if you wanted to use one of these industries, it does give you a solid snapshot of what the industry is all about, but you're not going to be able to use this to complete your entire project. You're going to have to use multiple resources that cover all the questions of the directions. Okay. I'll go around and double check, ask everybody for what industry that they're going to do the project on, and we can get rocking and rolling on completing section 1 today.